Welcome to the Dan Sports Tips Daily Fantasy MLB show for today, the 29th of July. I'm going to be taking a look at what you need for your daily fantasy matchup on DraftKings today. I'll be looking at starting pitchers. I'll be giving you foundation players that you should be using to build a winning lineup upon, value plays at each position. I'm going to skip stacks of the day today. It's a time thing really. What I'd really appreciate from you guys, if you could just let me know in the comments for this video. Obviously I do the 4 sections every day. I do the starting pitchers, the stacks of the day, the foundation players and the value players. If you could let me know which of those you find most useful, any changes that you think I could or should make to the show that would maybe make it better in format or things I can be looking at for you guys. Anything that I'm looking at that you don't find useful. I mean, do you maybe not look at stacks of the day, or is the foundation players a little bit too obvious and a waste of time? Just give me some feedback, let me know. I'm intrigued to know what anyone that's watching actually thinks of the show. As I say, hit me up in the comments so I can take some feedback on board. Anyone that hasn't watched the show before, welcome to the show. If you haven't had an opportunity to sign up and play daily fantasy sports with DraftKings yet, I will put a link in the description for this video that will enable you to do so today and join in on the fun. My starting pitchers for today, I have only got 2. As I say, I was a little bit pushed for time today. Jose Quintana of the Chicago White Sox for 10,600. Quintana has been outstanding this year for the White Sox and crippled by poor run support, really. That's why his record's around about 500. There is every chance the White Sox will score off of Ricky Nolasco for him today, though. Quintana has gone 2-1 against the Twins this year. He's 3-0 with a 2.10 in the month of July in 4 starts, and only the blown save with David Robertson giving up the 3 home runs, preventing him from being a perfect 4-0 this month. Minnesota are above average for strikeouts. They're worse against left-handed pitching. Quintana has 116 strikeouts in 131 innings this year. He will need to be careful with Brian Dozier, who's hit 4 home runs off of him, and Robbie Grossman, who hits left-handed pitching well as well. But I think for 10,600, I'll certainly be looking at him miles ahead of Max Scherzer. Scherzer's 3,000 more expensive, but Scherzer has historically been horrible against San Francisco, so I think Quintana is your top pitching option today. And the other pitcher for a bit more value, Matt Boyd of the Houston Astros for 6,400. Matt Boyd, not of the Houston Astros, of the Detroit Tigers for 6,400. Houston have had plenty of issues this year against left-handed pitchers. I'm unsure as to why, because they do have plenty of righty hitters that should play well against southpaws, but the numbers back it up. They've been struggling against lefties. Houston ranked 3rd in baseball for strikeouts this year. As I say, Matt Boyd is on the hill. He is a lefty. He's got 38 strikeouts in 44 2/3 innings pitched. He has been reasonably solid his last 3 trips to the hill, allowing either 0 or 1 run in each of those starts against the Twins, the Blue Jays and the White Sox. I believe there's upside with Boyd today, and at 6,400, I think he's a good play. Stacks of the day today, I've sort of skipped out on the stacks a little bit. I will say I think it's got to be worth stacking Red Sox despite their putrid 1-run showing against Jared Weaver last night. They get Tim Lincecum, who sadly is a shadow of his former self. Back in his early days of his career, he was one of my favourite pitchers to watch in the game. I think the other one you want to be looking at is the San Diego Padres at home to the Reds against Brandon Finnegan. Finnegan's allowed 10 home runs in his last 4 games, 22 home runs in 20 games this season. You know we score runs off the back of the home run, and San Diego have been hitting them 25 straight games. They've hit a home run. Certainly the 3 I'd be looking to use there is Schimpf, Kemp and Will Myers. My foundation players for today at first base, oddly enough, it is Will Myers of the San Diego Padres. He's 4,600, cracking price. He's got 20 home runs this year. He gets the homer-prone Brandon Finnegan, whom he enjoys the platoon advantage against. He does also offer us upside with 17 stolen bases on the season. My second baseman is the aforementioned Brian Dozier of the Minnesota Twins for 4,000. Has 4 home runs off of Jose Quintana. He has the platoon in the matchup. He's got great numbers against lefty pitching this year. He's a 251 hitter with 17 home runs this year. My third baseman is Justin Turner of the Los Angeles Dodgers for $5,000. He's 272 hitter, 18 home runs. In a sort of anti-platoon, he's got much better numbers against right-handed pitching, and that's the opportunity that presents itself to him tonight. I'm going in with shortstop Jonathan Villar of the Milwaukee Brewers tonight for 4,900. I put him up in the stack yesterday. Virtually all of that that Milwaukee stack didn't play. VR and LaCroix sat. Braun was scratched late. What can you do? VR is better against a lefty. As I say, he should be back in the lineup today. I think 2 games is enough for them to discipline him for his questionable defence and base running decisions. He's a 297 hitter with 8 homers, 36 stolen bases on the year, and the switch hitter is better against left-handed pitching. And my outfielder is Nelson Cruz of the Seattle Mariners in the early game for 4,900. He's got 3 home runs off of John Lester. He enjoys the platoon advantage. It is Wrigley Field. He's hitting 285 with 22 home runs on the season. My value plays for today, catcher is Wilson Ramos of the Washington Nationals, 3,900. He's got 2 home runs against Jeff Samaja. He's a 333 hitter with 15 homers. My first baseman is Eric Hosmer of the Kansas City Royals for 3,600. He enjoys the platoon against AJ Griffin, who hasn't looked the same pitcher since he came back from his injury. Hosmer's hitting 283 with 13 homers on the year. He's got potential for a lot more homers than that, we know that. My second baseman / outfielder is Trey Turner of the Washington Nationals for 3,300. He's on a 9-game hitting streak. He's lightning quick, dangerous on the base paths. He's hitting 333 with 6 stolen bases. Ryan Schimpf, also of the Padres, would have qualified here. Was my initial choice, but Turner's that little bit cheaper. My third baseman is Joey Gallo of the Texas Rangers, who is also an outfield qualifier. He's hitting he's worth 3,200 today. He has only got 1 hit in his 9 at-bats. That was a home run. We're going home run hunting with this selection because we know when he puts bat on ball, the ball goes a long, long way. My shortstop is Brandon Crawford of the San Francisco Giants for 2,700. He has had a home run off of Max Scherzer. He's on the right side of the platoon in that matchup. He's a 272 hitter with 9 home runs. And finally, in the outfield, Robbie Grossman of the Minnesota Twins for 3,300. He's hitting 280 with 6 home runs. Better against the lefty, and those are my plays for today. As I say, do please hit me up in the comments, give me some feedback on the show, let me know the sections you find useful, anything you don't, anything you think would be a welcome addition to the show. That is what I've got for you today. The best of luck with your lineups, and I will see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching the show. Don't forget to like the video, hit me up in the comments with the daily fantasy plays you like today, and press that subscribe button. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter. I will be here all MLB season and through the NFL season with daily fantasy sports advice. If you haven't signed up yet, or you're interested in starting to play daily fantasy sports, please click the link in the description for this video, and that'll take you where you need to go to start playing with DraftKings today. Best of luck with your lineups, and have a great day.